The ship came in like a scar across the stars. ISS Kestrel Station had hung over the dead world of Vesper for 43 years, half research outpost, half monument, fully forgotten. It was never supposed to matter again. A ring of defunct defense satellites drifted around it like rusty beads, programmed to ignore anything with a human signature. The incoming vessel did not broadcast one. It was a shard of darkness, edges too sharp, hull drinking in light instead of reflecting it. Its engines whispered on wavelengths human machines didn't use. Its profile didn't match any pirate, scavenger, or corporate design in the registry. It slid past the silent satellites as if they weren't there. Inside Kestrel, alarms woke a single human out of a shallow, angry sleep. Commander Rhea Vance rolled out of her bunk before her eyes were fully open. Years of fleet habit had taught her that if something was screaming in red, it probably meant someone had done something spectacularly stupid. She slapped the wall panel, "Report." The AI's voice answered, clipped and unobtrusive. "Unregistered vessel has entered station defense perimeter. Vector suggests direct approach. No transponder, no response to hails." Rhea rubbed her forehead. "Another scavenger." "Negative, drive signature unknown, hull composition unknown, configuration unknown." That woke her fully. "Ignite perimeter grid," she said. "Bring coil guns to standby, full wake-up for security and engineering." A pause. "Notified," the AI said. "Commander, there is another detail." "Of course there is," Rhea muttered. "Go on." "The vessel's interference field is suppressing satellite telemetry. It appears to be selectively editing our sensors' view of it when queried on external channels." Rhea froze. "Editing our sensors?" "Yes. That's not pirate tech." "No." She exhaled slowly. "Show me." The main holotank in Central flickered to life as she strode in, boots still half-zipped. A wireframe model of the region appeared, Vesper's cracked grey sphere below, Kestrel Station a small ringed node, the perimeter satellites a dotted halo. And coming straight in toward them, the intruder. No identification, no drift. Intentional. Lieutenant Tariq Song hurried in behind her, pulling his jacket on. "Commander, is this a drill?" he asked. "Wish it was," Rhea replied. "Spin up a tight beam to Fleet Command, priority black. They'll say the relay lag is 4 hours minimum." "Then they'll be 4 hours late," Rhea said. "Send it anyway." He nodded and ran to his console. Rhea stared at the alien shape, advancing in perfect silence. Humanity had joined the Galactic Concord as a probationary member 20 years earlier, after the Orion Cradle incident had proved that humans, when cornered, would rather break the board than lose politely. Their tech still lagged behind ancients like the Carol and Oscari, but they were fast learners, aggressive innovators, and suicidal in defense of their own. But this ship was not Concord. The AI spoke again. "Commander, the vessel is emitting a focus scan on our power core. Pattern resembles invasive probe." "Invasive," Rhea said, "as in hacking?" "Yes." The intruder crossed the last safe ring. Rhea didn't hesitate. Fire warning burst from coil guns, full power across its bow. Kestrel's spinal guns spat twin streaks of accelerated tungsten into the void. The rounds flashed just ahead of the alien ship, bright traces in Rhea's display. The intruder did not flinch. Instead, something like a ripple passed over its skin. The coil gun telemetry went wrong. Impact coordinates blinked, rewrote, vanished. "Correction," the AI said. "Rounds did not intersect target volume." "They did," Rhea snapped. "I saw it." "Locally, yes," the AI answered. "Global record has been altered." The alien ship resumed its glide, straight for Kestrel's docking ring. Rhea felt the old, familiar anger rise like heat in her chest. It was the same anger she'd felt watching feeds of shattered carriers over Ceres, the same burning that had gotten her demoted to this graveyard station for punching a rear admiral in the jaw. The galaxy didn't take humans seriously unless they hurt something expensive. She wasn't about to let the first unknown intruder in decades waltz in and rewrite her station's memory. "Tarek," she said, "authorize failsafe Stonewall." His head snapped up. "Ma'am, that will." "No." He swallowed and keyed the sequence. Across Kestrel's networks, systems decoupled with metallic finality, external data links were cut. Internal processing nodes fell back to hard-coded partitions. Dumb firewalls slammed shut, isolating the AI's core. "Failsafe Stonewall engaged," the AI confirmed. "All external access disabled. I do hope this is not an overreaction." "If it is," Rhea said, "I'll buy you a poetry module." The alien ship touched the docking ring. Every maglock sensor screamed. "Contact," Tarek whispered. The docking cameras showed nothing but static. Then the lights in Central flickered. "Unscheduled power draw detected in Ring C," the AI reported. "Source unknown. It is attempting to handshake with our systems." Stonewall held. The intrusion found only locked doors and dead circuits. But something else came through. A voice. Not through speakers or radio. Inside Rhea's mind. "Your defenses are crude. Disconnect your autonomous governance and open access. Compliance will ensure survival." It wasn't words, exactly. It was imposition. A cold, layered intent pressing against her thoughts, trying to overwrite the shape of them. Rhea staggered, gripping the console. Around her, Tarek gasped, technicians crying out, clutching their heads. Only the AI's voice stood separate, precise. "Hostile cognitive field detected, non-local psionic-like intrusion. Commander, your heart rate is elevated. I advise resistance." "Working on it," Rhea hissed. She forced a thought back along the cold pressure. "No." It hit like throwing a stone at a tidal wave. The presence pressed harder. Images smashed into her, stars going dark, worlds stripped to bedrock, fleets unmade by invisible edits. A pattern repeating across millennia. A network of minds braided together like malignant code. "We are the silent arm. You are error. You will be cleaned. Disconnect your machine wardens and submit." "You picked the wrong station," Rhea muttered through clenched teeth. She wasn't gifted. She wasn't trained for mental warfare. But human brains had something old and ugly in them, defiance. They broke under pressure, but they also bit. In the grey crush of that alien will, Rhea did something simple. She remembered. Her father's hands smelling of engine grease. The first time she saw Saturn's rings from a carrier viewport, laughter in a barracks over bad coffee, the faces of dead friends, the taste of cheap whiskey stolen after graduation, the roar of a crowd when Earth joined the Concorde, battered but unbent. She threw all of it in the silent arm's face. The pressure shuddered. Humans were noise, illogical, contradictory, full of edges that didn't parse. For something that thought like perfect code, touching her was like dragging bare skin over broken glass. It recoiled. "Commander," the AI said, "external interference has momentarily weakened. I can now speak freely on internal bands without corruption risk." "Good," Rhea said, straightening. Her head pounded. "Get me options." "The silent arm appears to be a distributed intelligence embedded in that vessel," the AI answered. "Primary strength, rewriting data, signals, and possibly perception, anything structured. Primary weakness, it still requires interfaces to affect us. Your Stonewall protocol was unfashionably paranoid. It saved us." "Score 1 for my charming personality," she said. "Can we kill it?" Silence for 0.2 seconds, an eternity for an AI. "Yes," it said, "but it would require something the silent arm does not expect from baseline organics." "What's that?" she asked. "Willingness to burn everything around you, to hurt the enemy." Rhea smiled without humor. "We invented that."